I now have the Arvin 1964 radio put back together. I put the tuning inductor back in and soldered these hair-fine wires back together. I got my shipment of tubes, 19 kg 8 tubes from ESRC vacuum tubes, and let's see if I can open it up here. This tube is, I think it's a combination tetrode and triode, either tetrode or pentode and triode. It's kind of like a 6GH8 or something. But these are actually, see if I can get it to focus on it here. 1968 date code. These are actually GE tubes. You can see the number is etched in the tube, which designates GE, even though it's an Amperex brand. I got the tube in, I got everything resoldered, and it seems to work okay. You can see how this mechanism works. This thing here, this nautilus shaped thing, pushes against the inductor, moving it back and forth, and I really like it a lot better than the spring and string type mechanism a lot of these use, because the string can end up snapping and then you've got to take that whole thing apart to fix it. So I'm going to plug it in now and we can demonstrate the performance. I got the chassis the circuit board super glued back together here. Just applied some super glue to the broken area. And then I'm going to start reconstructing the whole thing. I'm going to put the tuning dial mechanism back in and everything. Let's see, do we have power? It's kind of hard to tell. Yeah, it looks like it's starting to get warmed up. Let's see if we got anything. Here we go. So there's the test of it. It seems to work good. I've got a broken solder trace on the circuit board I'm going to fix that goes to the AM oscillator, and I'm going to put a new diode and some new electrolytics, and this is just running on all the original parts. And while it does work, while I've got it apart here, we'll just replace these just to improve future reliability, because this is from 64. So now it's time to just put it all back together, and I got to put this, where's that thing at here? I got to put this thing back on for the tuning dials. I cut a little notch in this cover that goes on the front of this module so that I could remove it if I need to just by sliding it. The way it is now, because the tuning dial mechanism goes in front of this, the way it was before rather, you couldn't slide it out of the way. You would have to lift it up like that, and you couldn't do that without this notch here. So now I'll put it back together and we'll demonstrate how it works when it's all back together.